Angeles Clippers taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. So the Hornets win the tip. Back to ball. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. Hayward, right side. Pass to Rozier. Shot clock at 6. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. There's Ball with the 3.
And with LaMelo Ball, this team struck gold. Exactly what the Hornets needed. Great production and a face of the franchise type of talent.
And here is Bridges. To the middle. Here's Hayward. And it's sent back by George. Right side, Leonard. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. You know, Greg, thinking about LaMelo and this team, he's got the fans here in Charlotte excited.
And Kevin, let's be honest here for a moment. The Hornets haven't had a lot of luck in the draft. Finally, they knocked one out of the park, and the fans are ecstatic.
Now Leonard. After Gordon Hayward's three-pointer that didn't go.
Boy, a wicked dunk by Leonard, showing this defense just how explosive he can be.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
And then George with the jam.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Here's George. Following the basket by LaMelo Ball. Powell, no one around him. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts. Clearly feeling it.
And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
A 3 from Leonard. Outside, George. Back to Powell. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Outside, Ball. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
You know, because Ball is so skilled, defenders try to get physical with him, rough him up a bit, but it doesn't phase him. That rarely works against Ball.
Now here's Leonard. He gets it in there.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now Rozier. Following the miss by LaMelo Ball from deep. Rozier. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the basket by Rozier.
I'll tell you what, Rozier is a guy who doesn't back down. Matter of fact, this guy will take a hit and keep on ticking.
And there was a slight panic in L.A. when Kawhi opted out of his deal. It quickly went away as Kawhi signed a new one with the Clippers. The Clippers can build knowing Kawhi is in it for the long haul. Always nice to know you have a star that you can win with.
Outside, Martin. Powell with the steal. Right side, Leonard. Pass to Powell. Back to Leonard. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. .41 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now here is Martin. From downtown, they get it back. Here's Ball. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. George with the ball. And it's Martin picking him up.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing. Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be... And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And last season, the NBA adopting baseball scheduling. Teams play in town and play 2 games against the host. Clark, you think that'll go away as the pandemic wanes?
Well, you know, some of the things that have been instituted in light of the pandemic may hang around. I'm not sure where this is going to go. The concern is, does it hurt ticket sales having the same matchup back-to-back? Obviously, the business side comes into play always. Regardless, though, I do think cutting down on travel will continue to be a focus going forward, as will be minimizing the number of back-to-backs in the league.
Leonard brings the double team. Leonard with the steal. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. They're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a three for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's George. 13 points in the game. Clock at 4. Here's Leonard. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Leonard's got 14 points for the game.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. And Greg, you look at the power that Kawhi Leonard plays with. Incredibly strong for his position.
And Kevin, it helps him finish through contact on offense. And it also lets him guard bigger men. Kawhi makes great use of that strength on the wing.
Leonard with the steal. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Bursting onto the scene during the 2013 Eastern Conference Finals, Paul George went head-to-head with LeBron in an epic 7-game series. PG didn't get the finals, but he did gain the respect of the basketball world.
And George drops them both.
And we all know what George brings offensively, but it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor. Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Here's Leonard, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor. And with Paul George and his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor. And sinking that one, he ends a 14-0 run by the Clippers.
Here's Leonard. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Hornets. Washington can't get it to fall.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that. Picking up his second foul here, has to be careful because they can pile up quickly.
Here's Leonard. A second chance effort. And the layup is up and in. Leonard's got 18 points in the game.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Plumlee. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
Over in the corner, Rozier. Hayward on the wing. From outside the arc. Oh, good on that one.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Pass to Leonard. Outside Batum. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Earl high post. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. For 3, Hayward. Charlotte moving the ball around. Back to Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well done by Hayward on the assist that time. He's able to spot a wide open teammate because he plays with his head up.
Gordon Hayward.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
Tell you what, you'd hate to be the guy having the responsibility of guarding him.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Bridges with it. Now Covington defending.
Bridges brings a toughness to his team's interior scoring because of his athleticism, physicality, and aggressiveness.
The Hornets shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
LA timeout.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Your honeybee. Your honeybee.
And that one falls for Bridges.
Boy, it's so good to see players like Bridges improving season to season. You can tell he's putting the time and work in.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Here's Powell. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Los Angeles on top, delivering the blowout. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pass to Hartenstein. Powell inside. Here's man. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And that one is good from Hartenstein.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Pass to Rozier. To the inside. Not a hand on it.
A capable defensive player. That wingspan of Batum's really an asset in blocking shots.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. Batum's got his first points of the game.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And the Clippers call time here.
And it's hard to believe that Gordon Hayward has been playing for over a decade in the NBA. Now a seasoned vet, firmly in the second half of his career.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Pass to Rozier. Three-pointer. No good that time. The Clippers go the other way with it. And Hayward has had a bit of a career renaissance lately, looking more and more like his old self.
And Kevin, it's just great to see him playing at this level again. I think it's testament to how much he loves the game of basketball, as well as how badly this guy wants a chance to win a championship.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. Pass to Harrell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And coming up, Montrezl Harrell said he patterned his game after the All-Star Zach Randolph. Zebo was undersized on paper but was strong as an ox and found angles to finish.
Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
The kick out to Ball. Inside. Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Well, you know, it's obvious that Ball knows exactly how to work the angles. He gets the ball to a wide-open shooter just about every time.
Paul George.
And that one's good, George. And like the great Zebo, Montrezl Harrell might be undersized on paper, but Craig, that 7'4" wingspan levels the playing court.
Not to mention his leaping ability. Harrell's more of a dunker, quite honestly, but he also displays that soft touch inside.
The three from George. The Hornets pull it in. And the basket by Rozier. Rozier's got 7 points.
One of the things coaches like is aggressive players. And Rozier is that in spades.
Leonard, that's for 2. A rebound by Washington. A difficult situation for Charlotte. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard keeps it simple. He says, I'm trying to be the best player I can be. I'm happy with what I've done in my career, and I'm just going to keep on from there. It's not about being famous. It's about playing basketball and having fun on the floor. Well, he is famous, Kevin, and he remains focused on the court.
Agreed, David. It has served him well. Thank you. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
A minute 50 left from the third. Outside, Martin. Oubre for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Oubre's got his second basket of the game.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
That may not be his first choice, but Kawhi's not going to pass it up if it's there for him. Good decision to take the quick jumper off the catch.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down hard and simple.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen. Can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
1:12 left in the third quarter. Pass to McDaniels. Charlotte moving it around. Now Oubre. Rozier with the ball. Martin wide open. He fires. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Martin's got 5 points so far. Here's Leonard. A beautiful reverse layup.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Washington, that's good.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Pulls up on the wing. Back to George.
Hey, who got him?
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Hornets trail by 21. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Reggie Jackson.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
And the Clippers making a switch here. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Rozier for 3. And he's good on the 3 ball. He's got 12.
Indeed, with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Outside Leonard. Over in the corner, Zubats. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Outside for Martin. This one for 3. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So it's the Hornets now. They trail by 18. To the wing on the left. Down low. The shot's good from Plumlee. Plumlee's got his first points in this one.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's George. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
Paul George really feeling it right now. Another bucket to his credit.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You know, Greg, sometimes it's just hard to quantify defense, but some new age metrics really value Mason Plumlee.
And there's a stat called defensive box plus minus that measures how good your team is with you on the floor. Year in, year out, Mason Plumlee is top 20 in the league, proving his overall effect on a game on the defensive end. And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Here's Leonard. Into the lane. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket. And it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Leonard with the steal. Fast break, here they come. Here's George. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now it's up to 25 points for Paul George. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Clippers?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Paul George.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Unloads from 9. Again, the Clippers.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
Bridges misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Leonard on the wing. And the layup's good off the glass. Leonard's got 39.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Oubre, no one around him. 5 to shoot. Outside, ball. No good with the triple. Here now, the Clippers. They're on a 16-4 run right now. Back to Leonard. Powell for 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was
for Leonard.
Well, you have to marvel at how well he picked apart that defense. Repeated. Found the right guy in the right spot at the right time.
Here's George. Great D that time from Oubre.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Outside for Thomas. Pass to Martin. And he drives in. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. He could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Great frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now, here's Thomas. Double team on Thomas. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Montrezl Harrell. P.J. Washington. Kelly Oubre Jr.
Five seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's George. Offline. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were